All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to get in a variety of topics, but this first topic is it looks like Tesla is starting to delay deliveries. I know a bunch of you have been messaging me saying that your estimated delivery dates are getting pushed out, but they have finally updated the website on Tesla.com to push out their delivery to set the tone and set the expectation for new customers that you're not going to get your Tesla right away. So we'll take a look at it, we'll talk about it. They basically have erased February from the calendar, and I guess we can talk about what to do. What's the strategy? I mean, it's the same strategy I've mentioned before. So if you've been a follower of the channel, like you know exactly what to do, and hopefully that's been working for you. That's something you've been able to secure or at least try. Right? It doesn't hurt to try at the end of the day. So we're going to, of course, we're going to get into a variety of topics today as well. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon down below in the description. I keep forgetting to write down my list, but thank you to Yash, Billy D, Rohan, Steve, Konar, Akash, Kay. Thank you for joining the Patreon. Thank you for supporting. If you want to support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, definitely check out that Patreon link down below in the description. All right, so let's take a look at this. We won't stall any longer, but this is exactly what we are talking about. So if you go to tesla.com, tesla.com's website, where if you go to the Model Y ordering page, you can see right here, just for a Model Y long range, not the 7-seat, just the standard 5-seat, we can see here it is now pushed out from April to June of 2023. This used to be the case if you switch to the 7-seat variant. It was also a June of 2023, but it looks like all of the Model Y long range versions are April to June of 2023. So, I mean, this is more aligned, right? I've been getting messages from you all saying that, your delivery dates could be pushed as far as April. I don't think I've seen a June one yet. I think the furthest I saw was a May estimated delivery date, but this is just right in line with all this demand that's actually happening, right? So, but if you switch it to Model Y Performance, it does say March to April of 2023. So this used to say February to March. You can see right here, I had this left up since yesterday. So you can see when I switch to performance, it says February, March, which we know that that's not realistic. It's not exactly correct. And if we switch it to the old site for the Model Y long range, it said March to May of 2023. But Tesla is starting to push delivery dates, push estimated delivery dates, push all the time frame, because the demand is there right now. It seems like everybody wants a Tesla that qualifies, or a Tesla Model Y that qualifies for the $7,500 tax credit. And I guess they got way too many orders that they can handle, because this says that you must take delivery by March. We have no idea. We'll probably know soon, right? And if Tesla, this is my indicators. If inventory keeps staying low, and Tesla keeps increasing the price of the Model Y, like I'm predicting $500 increase this week, $500 next week, and then on March 1st, maybe a 10,000 price increase right there to bring it back to the old price of $65,990. If that happens, then Tesla most likely will be qualifying for this full $7,500 tax credit, and everybody that's locked in, everybody that has an older price, you should be completely fine, because you have made the right decision and you've locked in the best possible price of a Tesla Model Y. So congratulations to you. Congratulations if you're locked in. Congratulations if you've already taken delivery at that crazy deal price of $52,990 or a $50,990. But if you are wondering, like, how can you try and speed up your delivery? How can you try and get one quicker, or even possible, to take delivery this month? If you're antsy about that $7,500 tax credit, which I think my last temperature, I'm like 70-30 on it. I'm 70% thinking that Tesla is going to get the $7,500 tax credit, about 30% they are not. But if you're antsy, you can go to sites like waitingfortesla.com. This is a third-party aggregator site. Shout out to waitingfortesla.com. You can see all the brand new Teslas available for sale. You can see here, there's one right here that most of the time they are all-wheel drive standard range versions, but every once in a while there will be performance versions and even long-range versions that pop up. So you can see right now there's 4 long-range Tesla Model Ys that are available for sale across different states across the country. Of course, these are probably going to be, these are a little loaded because, of course, these are the current pricing, which is $54,990 as a base price. But, definitely some pretty interesting stuff. That's for sure. Let me know your thoughts. Are you getting antsy, or are you starting to turn like I am and starting to think that, Tesla is probably going to get this tax credit and it should be no issues and no worries at all? So I put a poll on the channel because I certainly think Tesla is going to keep increasing the price, especially if they've locked in this $7,500 tax rate, if they think they're absolutely going to get it. So I put a poll yesterday on the channel. Will the Tesla Model Y long range price go back to $65,990? Because you got to remember, if you are new to this Tesla buying world and you don't know what happened like just 3 months ago, the price of the Tesla Model Y long range used to be $65,990. Yeah, if you can believe that, it was $11,000 more than what it currently is. It only had a massive price drop in January when it went from $65,990 down to $52,990. And so I think now that Tesla has this $7,500 tax credit, and it's looking like they're going to keep that $7,500 tax credit for whatever reason that might be happening soon, Tesla probably wants to get back to this type of pricing up here, this $63,000 to $65,990 base price. And if they've got this $7,500 tax credit bagged and locked in, then you can surely bet that they will go back there 100%. So a staggering 59% of voters said that yes, Tesla Model Y will go back to the price of $65,990. Only 3% said 3.1. Maybe they don't understand what I said, because I meant to say like, oh, it's going to go back on 3.1. 25% said probably not in this economy, and 8% said Tesla pricing is such a roller coaster. I just threw that in for fun. And so that's certainly where I think it's going to be. But let me know your thoughts on what's going to happen. I mean, we did this poll on, do you think that the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y will get the full $7,500 tax credit after March? Because that seems to be the time frame. And 38% said that the Tesla Model 3 and Y will get that full $7,500 tax credit. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I want to know your thoughts. We're getting close with February 14th now. We've got some big news coming up on the horizon, right? Because we have the Investor Day coming up. We've got Investor Day coming up on March 1st. We've got this tax credit that may or may not be disappearing or leaving in like March as well. We also have the end of the quarter for Tesla, end of the sales quarter, where there's always some sort of hype or inventory dump. So if you are on the sidelines, if you have an order right now that has not been given a VIN yet, or if you've not been locked in, or if you're on the sidelines without an order, you're just trying to see if there's an inventory that's becoming available, stalk this site. Stay on waitingfortesla.com, because usually around the end of every single month, and especially around the end of every single quarter, there is what's called an inventory dump. Tesla will then just dump as many vehicles that they were trying to ship to wherever they were going to go, and they basically kind of do a Hail Mary because they want that delivery. They want those end of the month delivery or end of the month quarter deliveries. So definitely stay on this site, check, follow the Twitter, join the Discord, do all that stuff, because you want to make sure you can get there. But we're going to jump in some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including a couple of credit unions that have interest rates as low as 2.5% all the way up to 3.2% from 4% from 60 to 80 months. So definitely check that out if you're interested. But more down below in the description for my Patreon link. All right, so let's see. Let's do one more topic. We'll do a quick one. So if you're just joining in, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna get into some hardware 4.0 update. I want to hear from you guys because I'm a little lost on hardware 4.0. I only see some of the articles, but it looks like there is a bigger update coming out. We reviewed that other day about Tesla filing that European permit or something for the Model S and the Model X. So now I'm starting to get excited because I only get excited for future things because when I'm starting to see it actually being rolled out to Tesla vehicles. So we'll take a look at this article we found from Electric to see if we can piece anything to predict when hardware 4.0 is coming to the US. And then also, is it more when is it coming out for the Model 3 and the Model Y? So if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. All right, so let's just jump into it. Shout out to Electric posting this article, quote, Tesla is preparing to launch its autopilot hardware 4.0 upgrade. And I think I took a brief look at this, and this basically is kind of a rehash of that last thing, in which there's a neat tracker to follow changes, and it revealed a new application for the Model S and the Model X for the hardware 4.0. I guess there's a tracker on the European forums, which is kind of nice, and where this all got leaked originally. But here looks like to be some of the significant list of changes. So introduction of Generation 4 complex vehicle control system. Okay, autopilot. That's a funny way of saying it. Instead of saying autopilot, I'm going to start saying that to people. I have the Tesla complex vehicle control system. What do you think about that? Next one is introduction of new car computer and GNSS antenna. Interesting. Okay. Introduction of Generation 3 inverters to something drive units. Okay. Change to automatic dipped and main beam sensor. What can we piece together from that for hardware 4.0? Interesting. Unification of Model X brake system application. Okay. Introduction of the new stay arm for the Model X interior and rear view window. Okay. And it looks like some of this update to the rear of badging. Okay, an update to the vehicle maximum speed. Nice. So it confirms that Tesla is going to release a new autopilot hardware 4.0 and is going to include a new computer. Very, very interesting stuff. I mean, this is the European market. We want to know about the US market, but I guess other countries have to release first. This is where we can piece some things. But I mean, hopefully they release more information about investor or hardware 4.0 at Investor Day, and they'll probably, release on more about this Tesla Vision stuff, like what's going on with that, what's going on with radar, the parking sensors and all that stuff. And hopefully that will give us some more insight on what's going to be happening with the vehicles, the Teslas out there that do not have the USS or ultrasonic sensors. But let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think about 4.0? And of course, we made a poll on the channel and I asked everyone, when do you think hardware 4.0 is coming to the US? And it's pretty much balanced, right? I mean, Q3 2023, which is what, 3 months from now, 22%. Q4 2023, the end of this year, 16%, and Q1 of 2024, 20%. So most people think it's going to be this year or even this quarter or the Q3. I guess I forgot to put in Q2, but maybe some people think it's going to be there too. But an overwhelming 31% said what's hardware 4.0, and that's kind of the thing, right? Like we always get so ingrained on like the latest technology with Tesla and stuff like that. I feel like there's a good portion of buyers out there that just have no idea, nor do they care. They just want the Tesla badge. They want to drive electric. They've heard about autopilot. They want to test it out. And, at the end of the day, a Tesla is a very good technology car. It's intuitive luxury technology. And so that's all they want to experience at the end of the day. But let me know your thoughts on hardware 4.0. Do you think it's coming out soon? Or do you think it's going to be coming to it's probably going to do Model S and X first and then trickle down to the Model 3 and the Model Y? And I would bet it's going to be later. Q3 or Q4 is my bet this year on when it's actually going to come out. And that should help with sales, but there'll be some other indications, right? If Tesla starts to really drop the price of the Model 3, then maybe a new Model 3 is coming out, and then probably hardware 4 will come out with that at the same exact time. So let me know your thoughts on that. We're going to jump in some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description, there's a Patreon link, so definitely check it out. Don't sully myself. Oh, no way. Is it sold out? Model Y sold out. New title, new thumbnail. Let's go. Nah, just kidding. It's just a glitch. All right, let's jump into questions. Hi, Rafi. Hi, Dennis. Do you know anything about the E-Range EV tires? Ad seems promising. Let us check it out. Is this actually out? I mean, I guess what's the difference here? Enhanced EV performance helps increase battery life, quiet and comfortable. Okay, that's good. Long lasting tire life. Yeah, I mean, I would love to test these out. Try them out. Let's see. Wow, it seems like they're all over the US as well. Huh. Yeah, I've never heard about this. Let me know if anybody's tried this, if you've paid for a set, installed them. I mean, I would love to try this on the the Tesla that we have, but probably later after we run through them. But thanks for showing that. My delivery date moved up to 3/4/2020 instead of 3/11. Yeah, Tesla, it's very fluid, that's for sure, on the Tesla delivery dates. They change this, especially when you have an order in the queue, a ton. So it's going to change even more, but hopefully you get one very soon in the next month. And you should probably start working on your financing at this point. When you're about 30 days out, you want to work on your financing, or 30 days, or you have your VIN, whichever one happens first. Mine is May. Ooh, yeah. Maybe we get more. Maybe we will get new hardware and updates. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully that comes out soon. Moved from 311 to 331. Now it is 327 to 331. It also depends on where you're located as well. If you're in California or Texas, you might have a more fluid date than other states. Good evening. Welcome, Paul. Welcome. How likely will we keep the 75 March and onwards? Crapshoot. 70/30 is my betting man right now. Got my Model Y in January 2nd. Weeks 52,990. Love it. Nice. That is the best price and probably will be the best price for years to come. So congrats to everybody that was able to secure a Model Y at those low prices, any of them. Same Thanos, exactly. Model Y long range 5C moved from 315 331 to 415 531. Whoa, damn, that's really pushed out. So I feel for you, that's for sure. But hopefully this tax credit stays. I have a good feeling. I've got a good feeling that the tax credit is staying, and it's good, bullish for Tesla, bullish for shareholders, bullish for people that believe in the company. And maybe we'll hear more about that at Investor Day as well, right? Because Elon did come out and say yesterday, he's trying to redefine the term investor to basically say we're all human and we're all investing in each other and the ecosphere and all that stuff. So maybe he'll talk about how the $7,500 tax credit is eligible for all vehicles now, but we'll see. Until March meeting delivery, and during March, or is it still okay for the credit? It's fluid right now. It could change at any moment. The IRS and Treasury, that's where we're basically landing on. I did make a video about that if you're wanting a little bit more clarification on that, but it can happen at any moment for the Tesla, for Tesla and the IRS, and really any EV vehicle for that moment. I'm just curious, are these smaller range dates more accurate? Yeah, it can really be fluid. Until you get a VIN, you're not really locked in. Once you get a VIN, you're pretty much 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks out. But until you get a VIN, it's going to be fluid at the end of the day. Texas Gigafactory is not even operating at full capacity. Once that happens, supply will increase and prices will likely come back down. Okay, I mean, the last we heard about the Gigafactory is they were running at 3,000 units a week. Most likely they're probably running at 4,000 to 5,000. But I think one article we spotted and early on was that the Gigafactory is supposed to be at 75,000 units in a quarter. So what is that? 75,000 units divided by 12 weeks in 3 months, so 6,000. So they're about half the capacity. So yeah, I guess they could double the production. And we've started to see this, on the Waiting for Tesla sites. We started to see every once in a while there's just dumps of Model Y inventory. And the cool thing with the Tesla site or Waiting for Tesla site is you can actually take a look at, he's got historical reports where it will track the daily drops of inventory every single day. And so you can actually look at the report and filter it by Model Y, and you can see right here. So right here, looks like that's Model X and S. Okay, so Model X and S is getting a huge dump of inventory, but the other week there was a huge dump of Model Y. Yes, you see February 11th, so 3 days ago, there was 301 Tesla Model Y standard ranges that got dumped to the website. But right now we haven't seen that just yet. Oh, I didn't even realize that there's. Let's take a look at the lease rate. So I wonder if this breaks out the. Okay, so money factors there. We already know that it was pretty low. Actually, that doesn't look that low. What is this interest rate? Yeah, 6 point. Can we search Model Y? Oh, he doesn't have the standard range built into here, so that's why. Okay. Oh wait, no, that is okay. So this is for the long range, no. 5.6%, 6%. Okay, so yeah, it's not built in here. It's fine. But I just noticed something that the Tesla Model S and X got a bunch of inventory. So let's see if there's any good deals in here. Ooh, I see some big numbers. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Interesting. We are getting some big discounts in the Model S arena. These are all brand new demo status, so you will still be the first owner of these. But $9,500 discount with only 745 miles, not bad. $9,100 discount with only 345 miles, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's just take a peek. Let's just peruse over to the Model X section. Because Model S and Model X always gets like huge discounts. Let's see here. Okay. Brand new 2023 Model X, $9,500 discount in Maine with 909 miles. Here's a white one, $8,000 discount. This is not too bad. Not too shabby. Let's see. Let's just take a gander. Okay, Model X 2023 Model X San Diego 7-seat interior 104,310. Not bad at all. I mean, I would love to see $20,000 discounts. Because you gotta remember, the Model X, when it first came out in refresh edition, the base price was $90,000, and comparatively, the Model S in the refresh edition, when the base price came out, it was $80,000. So we've got some distance to keep going down. That's for sure. And Tesla's got some inventory. So they've got a lot of Model S and Model X's, so they could hit that clearance button and really start to sell bunches of these if they really want to, but not yet. We'll see. We will see. Ordered a Model Y long range blue with white February 3rd and got March. Now it sits April 6th to May. Yeah, it's wild for sure. People are getting pushed. But I feel you. I really only have two strategies. If you have a pending order and you don't have a VIN, there's really only two strategies. It's a mixed bag on if it will work or not. So definitely what I say is at least try. Go to waitingfortesla.com, stalk the site, try and put, maybe possibly burn another 250. I've heard mixed reports on your advisors being able to match you or even credit you that 250 back if you reserve a second one. And then the other thing is going into your local Tesla store and just, trying to talk to some people, talk to the associates. Some are more willing to help than others, and see if any of them will be willing to match your order to an incoming. Of course, there could be no vehicles available, but then there's also a fourth or sixth type of inventory status vehicle out there. It's what's called a damage disclosure vehicle. And that is the type of vehicle that is basically a demo status or test drive vehicle that could have a discount on it, basically could have got damaged, could have a big repair order or even a small one, but could be eligible for you to purchase so that you could take home or put your name on it and then wait for delivery. So that's really if you are getting antsy about trying to take advantage of this $7,500 tax credit, the federal tax credit. But at this point, I would say I'm 70-30 on if it's going to stick with the Model Y or not. And so it might be okay. It might be okay. But let me know what your thoughts. Maybe I'll put another poll on it. Like, do you think the $7,500 tax credit is here to stay? I mean, I've asked it like bajillion times, I feel like, in the past month, but it doesn't hurt, right? This situation is fluid. I mean, things are changing very, very quickly, especially like price increases. But we'll see. If Tesla increases the price again this Friday, which I'm like 80% sure that they are. I'm 80% sure they're going to increase the price of the Model Y either this week or next week. But we'll see. We'll see. Tesla does kind of whatever they want, whenever they want. What about the Model S? Do we expect those price to go back up in price? No, I think those are going down, down, and even more down. Tapia, welcome. Dennis, how many miles do you get at 80 per charge? I don't know. I haven't driven that much. I've kind of just like driving every once in a while. Like, yeah, I still haven't really been testing. I can still get like 200 miles. That's not bad. That's not bad. Dennis, not sure if you already mentioned Gold Coast 2.49, 60 months. Nice. Thank you for coming back and dropping that knowledge. I love it. As someone who took delivery of the 2023 Model Y Performance and a wife 2020 long range in 2022, this is a relief to the value of our vehicles going back up. We were gutted when they dropped $15K price right after buying them. Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. Yeah, it's crazy that Tesla did that overnight, and it's good to see that they're raising the price back up again. And the really thing is, if they get this $7,500 tax credit, then they will 100% go back ASAP. Hey, Paul, welcome. Thanks for jumping in again. Let's see. It's so bad. I was hoping for 250 or something. Well, yeah, it's also colder. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe do a range test and really try and drag it out and see. But yeah, I mean, because we've talked about it, you don't necessarily. I know you told me you don't put it in sport mode. You drive in chill mode. Are you maybe accelerator? Don't get as heavy. I don't really know. But yeah. Well, technically I'm at 78%, and it says I have 232 in my app right now, but I don't drive. But the way I drive, I don't get that. Yeah. If you're hard on the accelerator, it has been cold out here in LA most recently, but it shouldn't be that detrimental. But really, just being in sport mode and getting hard on the accelerator, that's where it will really start to mess with the range. Prices will rise until March 31st and then reduce immediately after that. Interesting statement. Why do you think that is? Why do you believe that? I want to know your thoughts. 200 miles is discouraging at 80%, especially living in a cold climate. Yeah, that's for sure. I remember on the Model Y Performance that we had, I would charge it to 90% and get about, I think, 280, at least stated range, but I don't know if I actually got it because I just drove and then charged whenever I wanted. Right? I usually check when I'm charging to see how many miles I actually drove, and it's usually 200 tops. Yeah, interesting. Well, because you don't deplete it all the way, right? So you drive it to like 10 or 20%, and then I guess that's 200 miles. Then I guess that makes sense. Chris, wanted to have the federal tax rebate, but now with the delay, do you think, with the assumption that they continue to give tax rebates after March, we'll be able to delay taxes to use salary from 2022. So as long as you take delivery in 2023, the federal tax credit the code says that you can use income from this year or last year. I made a full video about the tax credit explained, so you can definitely take a look at that. But yeah, you can use the current year that you bought it or the prior tax year to qualify for the income limit. So hopefully you qualify at that level and you can take advantage of the federal tax credit. See what else was Model Y Performance is too much fun. I love smoking ICE vehicles at every night, but I pay for it in my range. Yeah, exactly. Like Tesla Model Y Performance is a fun car, that's for sure. It's definitely a sportier ride, and you will literally beat almost everything off the line for a long time. Stay grounded. I'm hungry. You know what? Me too. I'm hungry as well. Electric guzzler. Yeah, exactly. Electric EV guzzler, burning all your kilowatts and your charge rates and all that stuff. What do you think the Model 3 Performance will bottom out at price wise? I think it's got a lot of demand at the current price. I don't think they're going to mess with the Model Y long range or Model 3 Performance, Model 3 Performance or Model 3 long range price. Model Y standard range is a different story. I think they need to clear that thing out, and they need to adjust that price so that it starts with a 3 at the beginning of it, and then everything will sell out. That's for sure. I'm glad my Soli joke is sticking with you. Yeah, exactly. It's funny. Lots of ED updates. Mine went from 313 to 331 to 214, 207. Oh, nice. You got bumped up. That's good. You're lucky. Everybody else seems to be getting bumped back, and you're getting bumped up, so that's good. So my question to you is, what state are you in? Because that's usually where it can mess with it. That's for sure. Seasonal Ocean. Hey Dennis, looks like my EDD has been increased by another month this morning, and most people have been increased by another month. Yeah, it seems like it's a mixed bag. Some people are getting pushed back, some people are getting pushed forward, and it really depends on where you're at as well. Tesla tries to play this logistical game in which like they want to try and fulfill as many deliveries as quick as possible. And so if you live really far away from the factory, they might even push you to the next quarter because they think like, oh, we'll just, bank that in for the sale for next quarter. And they probably have not adjusted the logic for that for this $7,500 tax credit. It's still the old logic, but who knows? At the same time, they could also have updated it as well. All right, but thanks for joining in. Got 2 more topics to go, so we will just get into it. But thanks for watching another video. Thanks for watching another stream. Today, we're going to get into the used side really briefly. We're going to talk about the used Tesla Model Ys that Tesla has just dumped, and it looks like the prices are increasing on that side as well. So it looks like the deals are no longer there. I think Tesla is just saying Tesla Model Y is no longer a deal car because they're going to raise the price on the new side and on the used side. So we'll briefly take a look at it, see what's the cheapest one that we can find, and then we'll take a look at the high side as well, because there's some expensive ones that just doesn't make sense. But I guess it could make sense if you don't qualify for the $7,500 tax credit yourself. And so we will take a look at that. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get some benefits, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is the site that I usually go to just to see what's the market or what's available from Tesla.com. In terms of used side, and sometimes there's deals. Tesla does this thing where they'll just drop a bunch of vehicles all at once that are basically a fire sale deal or a clearance deal, but it seems like right now it's not the case. If you look on the Model 3 side, there's 369 used ones available for sale, but going to the used side for the Model Y, there's 83. I think they just uploaded a bunch of them, but taking a look here, we can see like what's the lowest price in here. There is a Tesla Model Y standard range available for sale for $40,600. It's got some 44,000 miles, but this just doesn't make sense to me because like you can basically get a 2-year newer one for not that much more, especially if you factor in this $7,500 tax credit. But if you don't qualify, then I could see where this could make sense as well. But switching it, this is the reason why I like this website called EV-CPO or EV-CPO Hunter, is because you can sort it kind of like an Excel table. And you can see what's the most expensive used Tesla Model Y that you can get from Tesla itself. And that price is a staggering $70,500. Of course, this does have the full self-driving, which, we've talked about before how, what valuation you should put on full self-driving on a used Tesla. And the answer to that is like $2,000 to $3,000 at max. It does have acceleration boost, which I'd maybe value that at like $250 to $500. And so this is a 2023. It's got less than 50 miles on it. So this is a really weird vehicle. This probably should be a demo status vehicle, but for some reason it's back into the inventory here. And of course, there are some benefits to buying a used Tesla Model Y from Tesla. You get an extra 1 year, 10,000 miles. But, I don't know. This is a weird one for me because this is basically $55,000, the price of a brand new one, but, with full self-driving and all that stuff. If this was like $60,000 or maybe even $55,000, that would be a deal. But I certainly cannot recommend a used Tesla for basically the price of a new one. So definitely some interesting stuff. There's there's probably not too many deals in here as well. I mean, unless some of these have full self-driving. Let's try and go to like the 55K range to see if there's any like 2023s, because that's really where it would make sense, right? If it was a 2023 or even like 2022, like 1 year old, then that would make sense. So like 2022, 15,000 miles, basically the same price of a new one, but no full self-driving. So no, I wouldn't take this one. If it had like full self-driving and it was a brand new price, maybe I'd be interested. But I feel like at the end of the day, like buying a new one, this one is 2020. No, that doesn't make sense. Buying a new one, having those extra years of warranty, those extra miles of warranty, that's really where the value is. I mean, I guess it's just peace of mind at the end of the day, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I guess Tesla just dumped a bunch of vehicles that they haven't had before with the Tesla Model Ys on the used side, and they were also increasing the price as well. But they're kind of like increasing the price by using features, EAP, full self-driving, acceleration boost, and all that stuff. My recommendation is just stick with the new one, especially if you qualify for that $7,500 tax credit. Now, if you don't, then I could easily see why some of these might make sense, especially with that added warranty at the end of the day. So hopefully, let me know what your thoughts on the used one. Are you shopping for a used one? Or are you just buying a new one? Definitely. But we're going to jump back into the comments, into the live questions. But before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including a couple credit unions on that list that have rates as low as 2.5% to 3.2% from 60 to 80 months. Definitely better than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out if you're interested, down below in the description. But let's jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. If you're just joining in, we're just doing a variety of topics, but yeah, Tesla Model Y almost sold out. If we refresh this, sometimes it says 0, sometimes it says 6, but right now there's 6 brand new Tesla Model Ys available for sale. And the big news is that Tesla has finally updated their estimated delivery date, pushing all the way to June of 2023. And it's a mixed bag with estimated delivery dates from what we're hearing from people in terms of what it says in their accounts. Some people are saying they're getting bumped up. Some say are getting pushed to April, May, and I haven't heard of June 1 yet. But the one thing that's for sure is the days of a 5-month waiting period or a 5-month Tesla Model Y wait are back. Like we used to think it was like a 6-month wait, but now we can essentially say it's a 5-month wait, because right now it's February 14th. If we were to push that all the way to June, that is 5 months. And I bet this will get worse as we get into the spring months, as we get into tax refund time, as we get into the summer months where people want to buy stuff. They want to get into a new car, into a new toy. And that's where I certainly feel like it's going to get even worse. So hopefully, congrats to everyone that has a locked in order price, a old price. If you still have a 52,990 Model Y long range price, like congratulations to you. Actually, I want to hear if you've got a 52,990 or if you've got a 50990 standard range all-wheel drive price, or even a Model Y price at 56,990 with a pending order. Put like 1 in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. See how many people are still pending that watch these streams, or at least today's stream. I want to see what's you're at for that. But hello, Dennis, everyone. Has anyone heard about rock clear coating for cars? Is that good? No idea. I like Geon ceramic. We made a video about it. There's actually a video on the channel that we posted today on what I actually recommend with like PPF, what I actually recommend with washing the cars and all that stuff, and my strategy for all that, including the ceramic coating and all that stuff. When do you think hardware 4.0 will come to Model Y? There's really no excuse not to add it now. I'm thinking quarter 3.5. Somewhere around then, but no idea. Why people panic buying? Prices are going to drop again during the summer. Why do you think that? And you're probably the 5th person that says that prices will drop after March, like April. But I want to hear it. Like, what's the reasoning there? Because I have a feeling prices will go up. But inflation could go up too, right? Last year, what we saw during the craze was people were flocking and rushing to buy Teslas. And I feel like a portion of that was because gas prices went ballistic, right? They went to 6, 7, 8. There was gas stations here that were showing like a $9 dollar pump. Actually, I even took a picture on that or something. Let's go take a look. There were stations out here that showed like $9, even more. It was like absolutely insane. And so that, I certainly feel like that, pushed people to jump into an EV on top of, the low interest rates, on top of, all that stuff. But, there certainly was that. And so we could easily start to see that happening again this year as gas prices go up to summer travel, spring travel, all that stuff. And so there could be another rush on the EVs. But, who knows? But let me know your thoughts on that, because, I've heard it multiple times that, people think that the Tesla prices will crash after, March and summer, but who knows at this point. But we'll definitely see. Okay, I'm just trying to scroll right now because, is this what it is? I forget where I posted it, but I took a picture with the Model S in front of the gas station that had like $9 $9 gas fees, or $9 per gallon. It was definitely crazy, that's for sure. All right, well, anyways, I give up. Tesla Model 3 new version worth the wait? What do you think? That's a good question. We have no idea when it's coming out. Maybe we'll hear on the Project Highland for Tesla Model 3 on Investor Day. But yeah, we have no idea. Should you wait? Really, the question is, do you need a car? Do you need a car? And if Highland comes out with Model 3, you can for sure bet that Tesla's going to raise the price. And so the question to you is, do you want a current gen Model 3 this is what I think is going to happen. We're going to see a pretty drastic price decrease for the Model 3 standard range, maybe even a starting price of $39,990, maybe, dare I say a $37,990 starting price of the Model 3 standard range. And if that happens, would you be so inclined to just buy that, or wait for the Project Highland brand new refresh that will probably be raised back up to like a $43,000, $44,000 base starting price? And so really it's like, do you need a car? Do you want a good deal, or do you want to pay the high market price of whatever that price is going to be? Massachusetts has a $35,000 EV rebate for vehicles with a MSRP of under $55,000. Have you seen any other state rebates adopting the new federal $80K limits? Asking for my friend Pee Wee Herman. I have no idea on that. The CVRP does also have an MSRP price cap in California, but yeah, it varies by state, and there's no way I could be an expert on every single state, even though I'd love to be. Chris, welcome. Hope you're having a nice day, Dennis. Any new loan units you guys been talking about? Yes, there are 7 banks on my list, but I haven't made an updated video yet. I probably will. I haven't decided yet. Maybe this Friday, maybe next Friday. I mean, I'll set a goal. If I could hit I don't know, what should I? Oh, we'll think about it. Maybe I'll teeter it out, and if the Friday stream gets 200 likes or something, then we'll release some new info. I don't know, but that'd be a good idea. If something gets to a certain level, then we'll release new credit union info, or maybe we'll do a celebration. If we hit 100,000 subscribers, as the celebration, I'll release all my info out. Actually, no, I probably shouldn't do that, but yeah, but there's no way we're also hitting 100,000 unless someone fake bots or something like that. So no, don't do that. We're not doing that. Tony, short-term demand, because people want to take delivery by March for the tax credit. If Tesla still qualify for the tax credit after March, then demand will drop because people will just wait. Yeah. So what if, there is an option. What if the IRS and the Treasury delay their guidance to help out with all the legacy auto manufacturers, because no one can, achieve this battery manufacturing and minerals and all that stuff. So what if they push out? What if they push to 2024? Then everyone wins, but really Tesla wins. What if that's the case? Then demand will not drop, I think, after March. And if Tesla don't qualify in March, then demand will drop because there's no tax credit. So anyway, there's no way Tesla price will increase after March. Okay, let me read this again. Short-term demand, because people want to take delivery by March for the tax credit. If Tesla still qualify for the tax credit after March, then demand will drop because people will just wait. Well, I guess people will still take delivery. It's just whenever they are queued up to take delivery, right? So either way, like it's still good for Tesla unless Tesla loses the tax credit, then demand will drop. I agree with you there. New requirement on the CVRP website: Tesla orders placed between March 16, 22 and January 11 do not meet CVRP eligible requirements and are not eligible for the program. Ooh, it might mean because of pricing on that. So I would just triple check on that. Because also, how are they going to double check when you ordered it? I don't think it says anywhere in the order documents or anything like that. It says when you ordered it, because if I remember correctly, they look for like, they want a buyer's order, they want your registration. I don't think they want like what order date documents that you ordered it on, but they could do whatever the heck they want to do. That's for sure. My delivery date changed to 3/31. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's fluid, that's for sure. I called them to clarify my order is not after January 12 and delivered after 1/28. I am not qualified. Hey, you know what? I would just say just try and apply anyways, because it doesn't hurt, doesn't cost you anything. Maybe of course costs you some time, but just throw an application in and see what happens. Doesn't hurt, right? I mean, well, you'll burn some paper, I guess. Fractional shares? Question mark. Sure, fractional shares. Picked up my 2022 Tesla Model Y for a great price. I'm very happy. Thanks so much, Dennis, for your steadfast help. No, congrats to you on your 2022 Tesla Model Y performance. That seems to be a good in-between year, because I think you'll get like better suspension, but you still get the parking sensors, and it's still like relatively new, 1 year old. So congrats to you. That's for sure. You can check how many miles you actually drove on the chart little diagram that Tesla has. Yes, and also you could use apps like Teslafy, Tessie, all these apps and all that stuff. So you can see how much you're driving at the end of the day, and I guess rate all that stuff. I don't have the option to add an acceleration boost my 2023 standard range. Am I missing something, or is it coming later? I think it's only for long range. I don't know if you can add it to the, yeah, exactly. Jose, thank you for jumping in and helping them. I think it's only a long range. You can't do it to the standard range because I think it would just burn way too much. I got a $3,600 discount for 2022 Tesla Model Y. Performance, good deal or no? Is it brand new and you got a $3,600 discount, or is it a used one? But seems like an okay price. Yeah, what's the price? Eric Chan's coming in and helping you out. Like, thank you for that. That's good. Rate above 3%. It's mixed bag. Somewhere under. Actually, one or two of my credit unions are under. The rest are 3 to 4. What's happening now? Welcome. You need a dealer when Tesla gouges via software packages on used. Who needs a dealer when Tesla gouges via software packages on used vehicles? Yeah, exactly. Like, I would say buy private or buy private. Finally, 2.99 loan through Tower Federal Credit was approved today after waiting for a month. Thank you so much for your help. No, thank you, Jason. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comment, and dropping that. We were able to help you out with getting that low rate. It looks like you were able to lock in before Tower demolished that rate and doubled it. So congratulations to you. Congratulations, you were able to get it. Just saw Model X Plaid delivery jump from March 15, 24 to February 14, March 17. Yeah, Model X, they should deliver quick. Model S and X, they should definitely deliver quick. How accurate? Pretty accurate, I would say. Still don't say the VIN on the app. Yeah, it's coming soon, that's for sure. Definitely use Tesla's ain't worth the price due to no tax credit. Yeah, it's only worth it if you don't qualify yourself. But even then, like, I feel like you could find a better deal somewhere else for sure. Fam, I paid the $35 donation in Tower, but when started the application says I have to be related to a member or work at one of their partners. Where do I say I made the donation? If you haven't applied already, I'm not sure if it's worth continuing through that process, but you just tell them that you donate to their foundation, you're eligible, because now Tower rates have doubled. So I'm not sure if it's worth it to do that, but you can. If anybody has applied, donated to the 35 foundation for Tower, you can ask for a refund. I've heard people getting that money back. So if you don't get that low rate, I would certainly ask to try and get it back. That's for sure. I think Tesla will continue to raise the prices until the tax credit restriction take effect. After that, they will start giving discounts to make up the tax credit. Yeah, that's one of my hypotheses that I think they'll do. Do you think I should get a wrap or PPF or a colored PPF on my new Model Y? Well, the first thing is you better be keeping that Model Y for 4 to 5 plus years. If you check box on that, then it depends on the price. Like if from what I've gathered, wrap is $2,000 to $2,500. PPF is for full body 4,000 to 6,000, and then colored PPF anywhere 6,000 to 7,000. So tough, very, very tough. I don't know. All those numbers seem really big to me, and I'm not sure I could invest in a car to do that. That's for sure. All right. I got one last topic, and then we'll finish out with all the final questions you all have. Yeah, thanks for all the ones. Thanks for participating in my live poll, I guess. Let's see here. Make sure I got the windows up. We're going to talk about, I feel like I get this question-ish a lot. So we'll try and run through it and see if I make any sense. And I'll show you where I got the inspiration for it as well. But all right, so welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about this question that I feel like I get a lot, or at least I think about a lot. And the question is, does driving an electric vehicle actually save you any money? And when I mean saving money, does it save you from gas, from maintenance, insurance? That's the tricky one, and all this different stuff. And also how much and how to actually calculate it for yourself. I'll show you kind of the steps in the flow that I go on how to compare an EV usage versus, driving for your gas. And so we'll take a look at some of that as well. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can support and get some benefits, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this. I saw this tweet and it inspired me. So tweet from Forex Bill Mile Battery Ryan, and it says, quote, Tesla cost of ownership is pretty nutty. And so he brings up how most other car payments have a $1,000 car payment. I don't know about most actually, but maybe other luxury car payments, luxury car payments are $4,000. And then most people, I don't know about $400 a month in gas. That seems a little high, but maybe the average is $400, because maybe during the summer months it was that high, but it's certainly, like, if I was driving a gas car now, it'd probably be like what, $200 to $300 a month in gas. But he's just throwing some numbers out there. A $1,000 ICE car payment plus $400 in gas a month is $1,400 a month. And then quote, he says, Teslas you could own in this price range plus what you'd likely spend on charging at $100 a month. Model Y long range, I guess he's throwing out hypothetical payments out there at certain average interest rates, but Model Y long range is $848 a month plus the $100 in charging. Model Y performance, $905. Model S, $1,500. Model X, $1,600. Model Y also qualifies for the $700 federal tax credit, which most of you know. And so that would bring the monthly payment down to $725, and for that calculation. And so we're not going to talk necessarily about the payments here, but what I want to talk about is like how much gas savings you'll actually do or get from buying or driving a Tesla versus a regular car. And spoiler alert is, if you drive a Tesla and go to superchargers, the savings is not a lot at all. And so I'll show you exactly how to calculate it. So here's a screenshot from a supercharger. You can see supercharging have various rates. And so really you should not be going to a supercharger for daily use. You should only use it for road trips specifically. Now I certainly get, like, if you just bought a Tesla and you haven't gotten your charging set up at your house, then, it takes, I can understand that, like maybe using a supercharger in the meantime, but it can get pretty expensive really quickly. So you can see on the screen right here, it says kilowatt rates per cent is anywhere from 29 cents all the way up to 58 cents. Of course, this is California, so take a look at where you're at depending on to find these rates, but this is how you actually were to calculate it. So the Tesla Model Y, which most people seem to be purchasing or even want to own, has a battery size of 81 kilowatts. So this one actually, it says 81 here, but it's 74 here. But anyway, let's take an average 75 or 76 kilowatts. So what you do is you type in kilowatt size right here. You type in what's the energy cost, right? So if we take back a look at that screenshot, you can see it's anywhere from 29 cents to 58 cents. So let's just put in the low. Like, let's say you're a good girl or a good boy and you're able to go to these superchargers at the best times and go. And so to charge up your Tesla Model Y from 0 to 100%, it's going to cost you $22 to fill up every single time. And to go from 0 to 100%, we know it's anywhere from 250 miles. I mean, if we listen to Tapia Andy and like how he's only getting 200 miles on a charge, then maybe it's only 200 miles, right? And if we were to compare that to a gas car, like let's just take a Lexus ES hybrid that gets 40 miles per gallon combined city. You can start to see where some of these calculations where you're not going to save a ton of money by switching to an EV, but you might be just saving just a little bit at the end of the day by if you're going with a supercharger rate. Of course, charging at home is the best rate, but even then, like if you're in Los Angeles, like kilowatt for rate at home is not that much. So right now it's like anywhere from like 18 to 21 cents. Someone, you can fact check me there. But to charge from 0 to 100% for Model Y, that's $16 to go 250 miles, give or take. Of course, that could be certainly cheaper than gas, but it's not like drastically cheaper than gas. But where you do save a lot of money on buying an EV versus other cars or even luxury cars is the maintenance for that. Because there's no oil change, maybe once to twice a year, because Teslas are pretty much bulletproof. There's no oil to change, and there's also no transmission fluid to change. So you can save what this article says that a BMW oil change can be anywhere from $135 to $175 each time. So you could easily save $300 to $400 easily from a year from not getting any oil changes. The next thing is brake changes. Like, because Teslas and all other EVs have EV regenerative charging, and it's basically slows down once you let off the accelerator, you save on your brakes as well. I mean, this said the labor cost is only $237, and the brake pad replace is only $376 on a 3 Series. I don't believe that. I'm pretty sure a brake pad change, like full labor and everything, is like $1,000 at a minimum, but you basically save over that. But of course, you know, a brake pad replacement on a BMW 3 Series, that's like what, at 50,000 miles? So that's like maybe $250 a year at the end of the day. But the one place where it seems that most people do not save on an EV versus other cars is car insurance. So I do want to put this PSA out there. I try and tell everybody it's at least 10 to 20, maybe even 30% more than your usual insurance. And of course, I actually put a poll out on the channel because I wanted to see how much everybody is actually paying for their insurance. And so it was actually a week ago where I put this poll and I asked the question, how much do you pay for your insurance for your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y? And of course, the overwhelming majority at 31% said 100 to 150 a month. Some said 150 to 250 a month at 20% of the votes, and 6% of the votes said 300 plus. So basically at the end of the day, where you'll save is maintenance. Where you'll save a little bit, not as much if you're supercharging, is supercharging, the EV charging. But where you'll save the most is maintenance, but you'll probably won't save anything on insurance at all. But I want to give that kind of look at it from that side to show that, you know, EVs are great. You certainly will save, but it's not going to be a drastic save at the end of the day. But where you will gain a lot of value back is if you have a commute that's anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour a day, that's highway. Just using the autopilot system, that lane assistance, all that stuff is really good. And once you actually start to drive with it and trust it, you'll get a lot of that time back. I like to tell people that you'll get at least like 50% of your time back, if not even more, where you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy your 1 hour flight to your destination. So Let me know your thoughts on it, if you think I'm right on point or if not, or if you think there's other places where you can save as well. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're saving money, then you're dropping, $1,500 to $5,000 on PPF, or like I just did $1,000 on tint, then maybe not. You're not going to save at all. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts on it. Do you think driving EVs is not necessarily a money saving cause, but at the end of the day, because we want to do what's best for you, for us. We want to drive cars that make the most financial sense. And for a while, like when the Tesla Model Y was a $66,000 car, I just could not recommend it in good faith. But now that it's a $55,000 car, it's still very expensive, but it's a little bit easier to recommend it at that, because the numbers might make sense on a monthly basis. And that's exactly what Ryan here from at Mill My Battery was trying to compare. That if you factor in that tax credit, your payment could be super low. You, instead of paying money to monthly gas, you're paying it to equity, I guess, on your vehicle to pay it down, to build value that may be building value, but also could be crashing $13,000 overnight, if you get what I'm saying. But we're going to jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including a couple credit unions on that list that have rates as low as 2.5 to 3.2% to 4% from 60 to 80 months. So definitely check out if you're interested. Link down below if you want to support the channel. The Patreon link. All right, water break. Thanks for jumping in, everyone. We might be doing a giveaway this Friday. Another one. And because that company that was supposed to fund the giveaway for last Friday seems to be talking again, and we might be able to square this one down for this Friday. And so, if you want to be a part of that, this Friday, potentially there might be a live stream where we're going to, give you instructions on how to win. And we're going to be giving away, of course, a Tesla part, and something that I think a lot of you will want to use / are looking to buy anyways for buying your Tesla. Model Y long range ordered January 18th, picked up February 7th. Scheduled service for panel gap door alignment, 2 defective paint issues, built in Austin, no new matrix headlights. Yeah, I've not heard good things from the Austin factory. It seems like a lot of vehicles or a lot of Teslas are coming from there with issues. So FYI, we did make a video on how to tell which by your VIN, which Model Y is coming from Austin or Fremont, so definitely check it out. Who drives gas cars anymore? Exactly. Ordered Model Y long range on January 14th, delivery scheduled for February 20th, Fremont built, delivering to NC. Nice, I like it. 1 Model Y long range blue 53990. Love it. That's a slamming price, and I love the blue color on the Model Y. If I were to do it again, I would get a black or blue. If there was a blue one in stock and there was no black, I would just do blue. Is canceling my wall charger delay my delivery date? Nah, should be fine. I don't think that would really affect it. Do you think standard range will have an acceleration boost option? No, I don't think so. But the funny thing is, well, actually maybe, right? Because it's just a software limited battery, right? Because there's speculation that Tesla might just open up the standard range and say like, hey, just pay us $2,000 more and get more range. But who knows? Best aftermarket floor mats, whichever, they're all the same essentially at the end of the day, to me. Ordered 115, delivering 224. Nice, next week. Fremont built, delivering to Maryland. Love it. 5 months delivery, all delivering to China. Yeah, maybe they are segmenting and say, hey, let's just divert sales to China because we can sell them a lot quicker. Please update your Chrome browser. Yeah, so I'm like hesitant to that. I like the thumbnail. Because last time I did that, I did it on my own computer and it removed all my profiles. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I got so much stuff saved in there. And so I don't know. I'm like, yeah, but I should, right? Because for the safety and all that stuff, maybe I'll do it after this video. Let's see. CVRP wants date of agreement and it's located on the purchase agreement. Okay. So I didn't even know that's posted there. I mean, I would still say try it and then, just see what happens. The worst they can say is no, right? Dennis, just to clarify for your viewers, the SR Austin is a 4680 structural pack. Yes, but it's not LFP, which means it shouldn't be charged to 100% regularly. Got it. Okay. Thank you, Ryu, for dropping that. So interesting. So then maybe it's not as good of a deal then versus a long range, because you actually do lose the capability. But now it's a $4,000 difference. Like if you don't have a pending order, like if you were to go buy one right now, it's $4,000 between the long range and the stand range. So tough. I'm saving for a Ford Mach-E. Weird comment to come in here and say that, but nice. Congrats to you. I ordered Model Y standard range, 279 range, and I have the VIN, but when I scheduled a test drive, it was very uncomfortable. Don't know if its demo car had alignment issues. I'm indecisive to buy it. I bought. Congrats. I like it. It's good. At the end of the day, Tesla, they're shaky for sure. Build quality, driving is good. Suspension, technology, fantastic. Luxury technology, I've said that. But service, but technology updates is good for sure. Happy Valentine's Day, Tesla fans. No, happy Valentine's to you, Michael. Thanks for coming and saying brand new 2022 Model Y performance. Love it. Should I sell my Model Y long range for a low price of $44,500 and take delivery of a new 2023 this week? It hurts on selling side since my 2022 has 13,000 miles. I would say, well then why? I guess you're trying to take advantage of the $7,500 tax credit. I guess I've got a lot of questions there. Like, is it posted everywhere? Facebook, cars.com, Craigslist, Car Gurus. Is that the highest offer, $44,500, or is it a trade-in offer? And yeah, there's a lot of things there. Also, most of the FCUs do an automatic hard credit check application review. I didn't read the fine print and got caught on this with Parsons. Yeah, and that's why I do recommend, if you're going to be applying for the credit unions, do it all at once, or at least all within the same week or two, so that you get one credit check at the end of the day. They damaged during transit and offered me $3,600, missed 2023 updates, but got good discounts. Good or deal or no? Yeah, so that's a damage disclosure one, right? So that I would say yes. Heck yes, that's a good deal, especially if you got 56. Hold on. Let's rewind the tape here. 2022 brand new Tesla Model Y performance, $56,990. Is that your price? Minus $3,600, minus $7,500 tax credit. That's a price of $45,890. And then are you California? Potentially that's another $5,000 for CVRP. That's not been confirmed yet, but we know we're on the rumor mill. That's a price of $40,890. Wow. Congrats to you for sure. That's a good deal. I would take it all day. Can you save on the delivery charge by picking up the factory? No, you cannot, unfortunately. Are automatic car washes with brushes okay for Tesla paint? Well, glad you asked. We made a video about that earlier today. Check it out on the channel. It's basically, I titled it, The Truth About Car Washes. So definitely check it out if you're interested. I get my Model Y on long range on Monday. Can't wait. Nice. Congrats. Who ordered a Model Y Performance first week of February, and what is your delivery date? It's fluid. It could be all over the place. I would say yes. Haven't done much maintenance and only $16 a month for electric. Not bad. Moved up. Nice. Congrats to you. Hopefully you can square away financing and take delivery. Ordered Model Y Performance on February 8th. Still waiting for VIN. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed too far. From what I'm seeing, Model Y Performances are kind of coming quick, but the long range big time. Yeah, they want to deliver the performance ones quicker because it's a higher revenue car, so that they get more profit per vehicle. So that's why they do that. My advice is everyone to test drive first before owning a Tesla. I ordered first when I test drove it, did not like it. Well, what I'll say with that is driving a Tesla for the first time or driving an EV for the first time is a very weird experience. And it's because we're so used to gas cars with the vibrations, the acceleration curve and all that stuff. So that first time, I remember it's clear when I got into the Tesla Model Y Model 3 on a test drive, I had doubts myself because it's just so different versus a gas car versus an ICE car that you do kind of double think, like, is this the right thing? Because of how different it is. But I will say, after you've owned it, after you've driven it, and you get used to that instant acceleration, as you get used to the smoothness of that linear just acceleration curve with no gear change and all that stuff, you get hooked on it. You get hooked on how EVs drive, because all EVs drive basically the same. And it's literally like an addicting driving video game where you can just say go, and it goes. You want to go in that lane, you go in that lane. It's instant gratification at its finest when you're while driving. So that's the thing I'll say about that. Of course, that first test drive will throw you for a curveball, but once you own it, once you get used to it, you will like it. I'm 99.99% sure. And if you don't, then that's okay. I mean, I certainly love my gas cars as well, especially the ones that go vroom vroom. And I miss those too. You're missing the massive ramp of Model Y Pro this year. Model Y performance? Yeah, I mean, we've got Austin ramping up. If that's what you're talking about, yeah, for sure. Definitely, Paul. Thanks for coming in. Anyone got VIN assigned? Yeah, it should be soon. Used to spend no more than $12 at the optimal time, would only charge the 80 to 90%. Yeah, supercharger pricings are going up for sure. Got approved same day at Federal Credit Union, 2.99 in 5 years. Which Federal Credit Union? Tower Federal Credit Union? Then congrats. Enjoy that sweet, sweet rate. Which test measures to buy for Model Y? I don't know. I'm not a fan of those things. Any of the Amazon tap tests, base NOR, they all should be fine. I feel Hardware 4 will be installed on models way before it's implemented. They'll just run it to be stated, an emulator to run Hardware 3 until it's time to be implemented. Yeah, I mean, but the Tesla community is very spot on. Like, if they start doing that, someone somewhere will find it and take a screenshot or a picture of it, and they'll get ousted. Someone will find it. I'm going from a truck averaging 17 miles per gallon to the Model Y all-wheel drive. I think it might save me money. Yeah, I can certainly agree there too. It definitely will save you some money. Swapping out a Mazda 3, for the Model Y long range, and eSurance bumped our insurance rate $20 every 6 months. That's not bad at all. I like it. You save time because you don't have to go to the gas station or change. Just think about your time. Exactly. And yeah, that's 100%. When you go home, you charge at home and you just wait till it charges overnight. That's a huge time savings. I forgot about that. That's for sure. There's not really a dollar cost on that, right? Because it's a time savings, which equals dollars at the end of the day. Do you know how much you end up paying to charge your Model Y if you have solar? Well, your solar just goes to your car, so you save some more. Also keep in mind, well, it depends on how much your generation rate for your solar is, right? Also keep in mind your tires will wear out much quicker than ICE cars, that's for sure, but there's ways around that for sure. We made a video on that, on like what maintenance I recommend, and so rotations, alignments, all this stuff will really extend the life of that. Hey Dennis, order Model Y performance on 2.3, got the VIN and ready for pickup on 2.16. For CVRP, what's the con of waiting until March for the rumored $5K rebate? Well, the con with that, and I was going to briefly touch on that in like probably the next CVRP video, but on the CVRP website, there is a section that you can see right here, available funding, and the current available funding is $371,276,360. So the con with waiting is that could deplete in 2 weeks. I don't think so, but I mean, Tesla does sell a lot in California. Maybe, but yeah, that's the only con. Like maybe, very low probability, but maybe that could disappear. Maybe. Wow, just saw my Model Y long range third row delivery window just changed to an early date. Originally had April 12th, now it's got May 27th. Why did this happen? Depends on where you're at. Depends on production ramp. It could be a lot of things, but congrats to you. That's for sure. My work actually has 16 free level 2 chargers, but the team members use. They're all EA, but free is free. Wow, that's a cool place to work. I mean, that's going to save you $10, $20 each time to fill up. That's nice. I like that. SR is not software limited, but a few folks like Monroe took apart the battery and physically checked. Oh man. So then no, yeah, maybe the all-wheel drive is not worth it. I mean, I would still think like if you're not doing road trips, I could see it making worth it. Like if it's just like a zipping around commuter car. But yeah, interesting. Thanks for dropping that, Ryu. Thank you. Thanks for being part of the Patreon as well. I think that's the same. You're the same person, right? My credit score is 580. Is that easy to get approved by Tesla? I'm just going to save you time and just tell you no, but doesn't hurt to try. But I guess kind of it does hurt because another credit hit could hurt your score even more. but you're really just forced to use Tesla financing at the day. I still ordered the SR EDD March 2nd. Love it. Love it. Patty, where are you located? Can you send me a link for the Model Y long range sales ad? There we go. I love it. Making some deals in here, selling each other. I love it. Hopefully you guys can lock it up and sell the car to each other. They changed the delivery dates at whim for me, whatever. Now you can just get frustrated delays. Last Tesla purchase based upon experience. Mark my words, Tesla. Yeah, CEOs, thanks for coming in and dropping the comments. But yeah, like you can, that EDD will change like whenever the heck it wants. And the worst part about that is like, let's say it changes like next week, and then they start like hampering you, like take delivery, you must take delivery now, which is like kind of one-sided, right? Because they're the ones that change it all the time, and then they force you to or expect you to take delivery ASAP. I have a story after talking to a mobile service advisor in Colorado. Interesting. Can't wait to read that. Can't wait to highlight it. Hopefully we get, or I know it will be good. Whose canceling of tax credit is reduced or removed? Yeah, I mean, a good portion, I can easily see that. He said this Superior location is refurbishing and repairing many trade-in vehicles. They aren't open to the public because they have so much work processing trade-in Teslas. Interesting. That makes sense because most manufacturers, when they do lease turn-ins, they do some sort of reconditioning to them and then sell them to the auction or sell them to other dealers or whatever. And so I could easily see that being a thing for Tesla. They got to fix them up before they resell them into the Tesla used system. So I could easily see that being a thing. It's like going from the old model flip iPhone to an iPhone. Yeah, that 100%. Thank you in Georgia, but I'm glad I got a good deal. Since it was 22 instead of a 2023, I was confused that I made a good deal. I feel relieved. No, 2022, even though it's a year older, you got the parking sensors, you got the suspension still, you got probably matrix headlights. This is a performance. I would still think it's a good day. And you got a good discount. Had local on my daughter's Model Y, superior convenient to use the mobile service. I like it. Tower FCU rates went up. Yes, sad day. We highlighted that like 5 days ago. It basically doubled. That was probably one of the main credit unions that we used to recommend all the time. But the good news is we've got 6 other credit unions that 2 of them have good rates. One of them has rates even lower than Tower FCU. One of them is a little higher. So definitely check out in the description, or we're going to make a video on that. But if you can't wait, Patreon link down in the description. I meant production, not performance, but yeah, I mean, increase in production will keep prices lower if they can ramp enough. Got it. Anyone know if you change your order to match existing inventory, if Tesla will lock you in? Looking to keep the price I locked in? Yes, they will keep your base price, but you have to do it through them. In order to do that. Took delivery last week, getting panel gap adjustment next week, getting a loaner. Is there an explanation why Tesla's still ongoing panel gap issues? First, even love it, but the door gaps, FTL. Yeah, it's no explanation. Just Tesla is just building cars as fast as they want to, I guess. Delivery was March, got moved to April, May. Pretty upset, but since we kind of ordered early. Yeah, that's weird that I got pushed that far out, but Tesla just likes to push dates all over the place. February 5th to February 11th or so. Tower FCU had 1.99 for 6 months and 2.7 for 48 60. If you do direct payment, then these lows are gone because of all the hype. Tower's had low rates for what? Almost 6 months? No, it can't be 6 months because we started doing these streams in November, since about November. And so I think they just got ramped up with a lot of auto loans in their book of business. And they're probably like, maybe we shouldn't hold this many auto loans or whatever the case may be. Why only the rear-wheel drive Model S offers government incentive? It does? I don't think it does because the sedan is $55K price cap. I had my credit locked when submitting for Tesla financing. When I realized and resubmitted with online credit, offered rate 5.99, was expecting lower based on my credit score. Yeah, I mean, Tesla financing is not a good rate. I mean, the lowest that we know about is 5.44. And so 5.9 is not that much higher than that. So, but yeah, Tesla financing. And that's the point of the channel, right? We hopefully we can get people to get a lower monthly payment by going through other avenues, especially credit unions. 5.44, yeah, definitely up there. If you drive 120 miles a day, is the gas savings offset cost of buying a Tesla? I would say so, as long as you're not supercharging. Because let's do the math here. Like, let's say you had a Lexus ES hybrid that does 40 miles per gallon and you did 120 miles a day. 120 miles a day divided by 40 times gas is, I'm just going to say $4 in California. So that's $12 a day in gas. But if you were to do that same amount of range with a Tesla, it's going to cost you what, $10, give or take. So it's actually kind of like the same. I mean, I can't do quick max like that, but it's basically about the same. 585 calls per day to get approved. Yeah, exactly. I got a used 21 Model Y for $54K in December. It only has 9,000 miles. It's worth selling to get a 2023. You're going to take a loss on that one for sure. I think that car's worth like $38.45, which actually, that's funny you bring that up. I have a friend that works at a dealer. He's works there in sales. He actually sent me a message that they just took in a trade for a 2021 Tesla Model Y long range. It had $25,000. And can anyone guess what that dealer, big group dealer, not just like a mom and pop one, can anyone guess what they paid that customer for their vehicle for? It was a 2021 Tesla Model Y long range all-wheel drive, 25,869 miles. And can anyone guess how much they paid for that car? How much did they trade in that car for? Like they bought it from the customer. So basically wholesale at the end. And this will give you a good indication on what the market is at for these vehicles. 2021 Tesla Model Y long range. That's a 2-year-old Model Y at this point. A brand new one would be what, $55K, and a 2-year-old one with 25,000 miles for this price. I'll give it a second so you can place your votes in and put your final answers. I'm seeing some low numbers over there. Big public group. I can't see the color. I've got the VIN, long range, 21 Tesla Model Y. Yeah, that's all I got. Almost 26,000 miles on it. They bought it. They bought it on trade. They traded it. You'll bid $1. I love it. They traded this vehicle. 2021 Tesla Model Y long range with 26,000 miles on it. They bought it for $33,000 on trade. And of course, they'll probably retail it for like $35,000, $36,000 at the end of the day. But that really goes to show how the Tesla Model Y market has dipped. Maybe not crashed anymore. It crashed was last week. Now it's just kind of just staying down there, but it will get better. That's for sure. Had the Model Y a week now, and ICE cars have been parked collecting dust. Yeah, so you can probably speak to how addicting driving a Tesla is, because it definitely gets there. Also, one with a local FCU that I already had a relationship. This means fast processing. The cheap rates from other FCUs seem to take forever. It's not worth getting canceled. Yeah, it makes sense. So since my local FCU has no prepayment penalty, most don't actually, only charges interest as you go, then I'd rather refi later when I have the Model Y SR. Yeah, actually most credit unions don't have a prepay penalty and allow you to refi and all that stuff. Does the steering weights work for FSD? No idea. I don't recommend those. Please don't buy them. And I've heard that when you do buy them, it like the software updates and like they become useless anymore. Can we hear your thoughts on the tax credit stuff in March? Do you think they'll redefine pushback redefinition or leave it as is? Well, we actually made a video on that yesterday, or maybe even the day before. Can't even remember at this point. I think it's this one maybe. So definitely check it out. Oh no, actually no, it's last week. It's which video is it? Not rate surge, income hack. No, prices rising. Where'd it go? It was the one where the thumbnail has March 20. This one, miss out. How the $7,500 EV credit changes in March of 2023. That's the video we made. Definitely check it out. Support, please hit the like, and I'd greatly appreciate it. But if you're just joining in, big news, Model Y is basically sold out. There's only 6 to 11 vehicles for sale. And on the Tesla website, we are now seeing a March to June or April to June delivery date, which is pushed out. And we are back to the days of a 5 to 6 month, or really 5 month, 4 to 5 month waiting period for a brand new Tesla Model Y. And so the hype is back. The waiting times are back, and anybody ordering a new one now, do not, if you don't have an order, don't even order. Just go to waitingfortesla.com, find a vehicle that is in stock, hopefully, and just try and find one. But actually, no, don't do that because prices will continue to go up. I'm predicting at least another $1,000 in price increases for the Model Y this month, through either this week or next week. So be at least put in order and lock in your price. Government incentives are for any EV car rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive as long as it's within the price cap range for the model. Yeah, but the Model S is like $90,000, is $100,000 new, and so the price cap is $55,000. So it doesn't qualify. People who took delivery until March can file taxes 2022 and get the 75% rebate this year. Please clarify. People who took delivery till March can file taxes 22 can. I need more details on that question. Are you saying people who took delivery this year or last year? If you took delivery this year, then you file for your taxes next year and you get it. But also if you took delivery last year, you don't get it at all. So there's a difference. They moved my delivery date window from February 21st to March 7th. I ordered 114. This is the third time they moved dates. 7-seat Model Y long range. I thought it was common. 7 seats is that's not common at all. That's like the hardest. That and red interior is the hardest thing to produce for Model Y. That's for sure. 32, I take them on trade all day long. Nice. MMR on 2021 Model Y is 32.33. Wholesale value. Nice. Yeah. So you know exactly what we're talking about here. And I need to do a used update or used market update. We'll probably do that. We'll jump into the MMR and take a look at what the auction values are at. See if we're seeing any sort of dips just yet. All white was supposedly common. Apparently not, as they moved delivery date 3x now. By the time they deliver, I probably won't have my money by then. Yeah, it's the 7C that's messing with it. It's because they don't produce that one as much, unfortunately. Was it salvage? No, it's just a used trade-in. So, of course, dealers will offer whatever they want because there's a pending purchase on the other side. And yeah, so they trade in and customers just want out of it. Cars are depreciating asset. 3 years, last 3 years is not normal. Yeah, 100%. We're probably going back to the days where once you drive off a lot, you will lose 10 to 20% easily. I'll buy a 2021 Model Y with $25,000 for $33K G's. Yeah, I mean, there's deals out there. I mean, that's why I do say my strategy. If you're looking to buy a car and you're looking to buy a used Tesla, it's a numbers game. Throw out tons of offers out there, especially private sellers near you, and see who wants to play tango, who wants to tango with you. That's what I did, and that's how I bought my last Tesla. I asked a tax pro at HR Block. A tax pro at HR Block about the EV tax credit, and they said it won't produce a refund back to you. Just lower your tax liability down to zero owed. It only benefits if you owe during filing. Is there any CPAs in the chat? Can we help Steven? I'll buy a 21 Model Y long range with 23,000 miles for $40K out the door. Yeah, that'd be nice. Wait, cake batter. Never mind. I thought you were someone else. 40K out the door. Yeah, that's not bad, especially if your tax is high. Andy, what are the potential savings for a 23 Model Y3? Model Y3? Oh, like Model Y or 3? That's the first time I've seen that. I like that. Model 3Y. With all rebates, credits, and California residents. Well, I'm glad you asked. We made a video about that the other day. Definitely check it out, where we piece together how cheap you can get a Model Y with California and how cheap you can get a Model 3. But to TLDR it, $7,500 tax credit, potentially a $2,000 to $5,000 CVRP. And if you live in like San Joaquin County or like Central Coast area or something like that, there's like another $3,000 rebate on top of that. And of course, money, utility, like SoCal, Edison, all that stuff have like another 1,000 various on top of that. Correct. Tax credit lowers your tax liability, not refund. Yes. We've been talking about the tax credit for the longest time now. Yeah, I know, right? It's confusing. I get it. Like, it's very confusing on all the different avenues for it. But yeah, order Model Y long range to 2024 now. It says it's been delivery date April to May. Yeah, it's definitely getting pushed out. I mean, right now we can see on the website pushed out to June of 2023. And so the days of a 5-month wait are back. That's for sure. Is Tesla prioritizing over her Model Y P and Model Y long range? I think they've traditionally always prioritized the performance variants, and so that's why it's getting pushed out. Tax Pro, LOL. Yes, are you a CPA? Can you drop some knowledge for us? I hate dealing with dealers so much. This direct-to-consumer model seems much better, but Tesla works on the communication and service side for sure. I 100% agree with that statement. Estimated delivery date or order date 1/26, EDD March 31st, and it's a white with black inside, 19-inch wheels. Do you think I will get this within the time period with all the delays? Yeah, it's fluid. I mean, Tesla really has the answer, but there always is a quarter end and also a month end rush. So yeah, for sure. Lots Mew. Damn, Dennis, you put out a lot of videos. Good views for us. No, thank you. Thanks for coming in and dropping that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, EDD was. LOL, they're a tax pro at HR Block. Yeah, isn't that their position, tax pro? But yeah, I mean, there's a lot. What I will say about the $7,500 tax credit, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of, maybe it's just a game of, maybe all this is just a game of telephone that everybody interprets it the wrong way or different ways, and they hear one thing, but they think something else. But at the end of the day, the kind of the rule of thumb that I always try and tell people is if you can afford a Tesla or not, well, no, I shouldn't say that because you could probably get approved at a lower income limit. If you're a W-2 employee and you make above $75,000, you will get the full $7,500. No, sorry, I shouldn't say will. I shouldn't say one confirming statement. Like you will most likely get the full $7,500 tax credit back because as a W-2 employee, you pay federal tax credit throughout the year on your paychecks, unless you've got a really crazy W-9, W-4 filled out where you don't pay anything. But usually your tax liability at the end of the year, well, not liability. Usually the amount of taxes you pay throughout the year adds up to above $7,500. So you get that all back. And if you don't believe me, talk to a CPA or your H&R tax pro to help you out. If you can find a used EV at under $25,000, you'll get a $4,000 rebate if you qualify. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've talked about that before. It's a little bit harder to get that one, and you have to buy from a dealer. And I heard like the Tesla used EV is not on the list yet, but it may be soon. I don't know about that. But it's hard to find a used Model 3 under $25,000. That's for sure. My EDD was updated to February 22nd to March 8th. Is it possible to get delivered in February? Ask Tesla. Tesla likes to play mind games with those delivery dates. Yeah, they move it way too much at the end of the day. Tax. Paul. Maybe a topic on Tesla warranties, both new and used. That's a great topic. I reached out to a company that it doesn't seem like there's too many of them, but I reached out to one to get more details, and maybe we can make a video on that because I do have a used Tesla now, and I would love to buy a warranty on it, I think. I'm getting delivery tomorrow. Should I change towers? Should I go for 19-inch? If you're like very sensitive to harsh suspension, consider it. Yes. You get a refund as long as what you owe is more than $7,500 and your withholding was higher than that. Six incentives for you in North Carolina that offer up to 12,633 savings. Nice. You should make a video of that. Yeah, me. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I called the IRS to confirm. Love it. Do you know if Tesla offers gap insurance? They do. Do Tesla financing? I don't think they do, but I'm not sure. Can we all show Dennis and can we all show Dennis some love and smash the like button? Thank you, RB. Thanks for doing that. I'm not a CPA, but if you buy a Tesla and want to maximize your credit, claim 2 or 3 on your W-4. Yeah, because that gives you more money per paycheck. And so you get it earlier. But either way, if you make above if you make above 75,000 W2, then you'll be fine. Tesla SA are not on commission. They won't care about you. They don't have any incentive to help you. Yeah, I think the only incentive they do have is to try and get your order, and that's it. That's the only incentive because, I've experienced this. I've had multiple people come back and say they've experienced this as well, but this is their MO. They be very communicative with you. Hey, well, answer your question. We'll do this. We'll help you get a vehicle. We'll put your order up and match you. But just go ahead and place an order in now. We'll take care of you after. And literally, once you do that, they will not respond to you at all ever again. So that's my PSA. Do not place an order with a Tesla advisor because that's all they want from you. Because then you're in the queue and then you're subject to the EDD game. The EU would be switching to all electric by 2035. I'm not worried. Yeah, it seems like California and New York also. Tax you owe means tax liability. Video on gap insurance. I don't really have too many options, but yeah. When is Dennis getting the YouTube plaque? Well, that actually happens at 100,000 subscribers. If we got to that by the end of the year, that would be a crazy goal. Like, what if that's the goal? Actually, could we even calculate it? Maybe. What's this? That would be sick. If we get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year, I would do like a massive giveaway of some sort. I don't know about, I guess what's the definition of massive, but if you claim higher dependence on your W-4, your employer will take less taxes on your paycheck, which means at the end of the year you owe. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it, but if you make over, I guess here. And if there's any CPAs in the chat, please drop some knowledge. But here we go. This is smartasset.com. It's a income tax estimator. You can see how much federal tax you pay and or what is your federal tax liability that you owe. And so let's say let's just put in, I don't know, what's a good state? New York. No, let's do something middle ground, right? Like Virginia. I mean, it doesn't really matter what city it is because we're just looking at federal. Okay, we can't even do that. Austin. We just bought our Austin, Texas Model Y that doesn't have the Matrix headlights. Okay, this is not working for me. What's an Austin, Texas zip code? Anyways, but $75,000, 715. And what the key thing here is if you go back down here to the federal tax liability box, this is already factoring in the standard deduction, everything like that. You can see right here, the federal taxes for 2022 is $9,381. So if you buy an EV, it doesn't matter what you owe or what you get back at the end of the year. It's literally that box right here. If you make enough income to throughout the year pay above $7,500 as a federal taxes, you get that money back. So then if you make $75,000, you get $7,500 back if you buy the Tesla. There's way to accelerate that, like getting more money per paycheck by changing your W-4 or W-9, whatever it is. But if you make $75,000, that's a good rule of thumb because most other people have other deductions as well. Like they're just like, for instance, if you're a good boy and girl and you contribute max to your 401k, what, 20,500 give or take, that could reduce it down to 4,871. And so that's where you wouldn't get the full $7,500 tax credit from the electric vehicle. And you would have to make what, let's just play some numbers in here, 95,000. Whoop. Okay, so yeah, 95. Well, let's figure out what the sweet spot is. So about what, 90,000? So if you make 90,000, that's still not the sweet spot, but if you make 88,000, you contribute 20,500. Your federal tax and how much you pay throughout the whole year is $7,600. So then you buy an EV, you basically you zeroed out your federal tax federal tax payments, and you get everything back, and you can brag about how you paid 0 federal tax the year that you bought your Tesla. So hopefully that makes sense. If I don't get the 7,500 tax credit, if I don't get 7,500 credit, if there is a refund instead of owe money on my tax year 2020, someone said 75 tax rate if I owe money. Hopefully everything I just explained made sense. They offer gap insurance in certain states. You have to call Tesla Insurance directly. Ask them. Yeah, I would say if you bought a Tesla last year at the high price of $65,990, I would add gap. At about $4, yeah, gap is relatively cheap. Hi Dennis, what should I put tax exempt on my W4 to get the full tax rate? You don't have to do that. Thanks, Bloop. I'll give him a call tomorrow. You're welcome, Bloop. Or thanking Bloop to Bloop. You play with possibly owing if you change the withholding, but if you need the money upfront, do it. Yeah, you can get it quicker, and so then yeah, I mean, what is that? 7,500 divided by 12. An extra $600 a month. I mean, that's basically paying your payment. And if you're looking for a way to get the lowest possible payment on your Tesla, shout out to sponsors of the channel like Tenet down below in the description, where you can have the lowest monthly payment for financing your Tesla because you're able to defer the tax credit to next year. Definitely check Tenet down below in the description. They actually are sponsoring the giveaway that we did 2 weeks ago that's ending this month on February 28th, where we're also giving away a Tesla wall charger in that video. So definitely check it out if you want to join. There's specific instructions in that exact video. And to show you that exact video, it's in the live section. Scroll down to this cool video right here with the green in the thumbnail, 2.5%. There is specific instructions in that video on how to actually win the giveaway. There will be one winner, and we're giving away a Tesla wall charger sponsored by Tenet. So thank you for Tenet for sponsoring that. If you want to check out Tenet, down below in the description for the Tenet link. Is it true you can get insurance through Tesla after you place an order and sign a VIN? Actually, I'm not sure. Ask your tax preparer for the best advice that suits your finances. Yes. At the end of the day, don't trust a guy on YouTube. Don't trust any comments on YouTube. If you don't believe anything you see on the internet, first off. And if you don't believe me on what I'm saying with all this, the tax credit, the 7,500, talk to your CPA, hire one. It might be worth it because that's potentially a $7,500 credit or check or whatever. No, well, it's not a check. Well, yeah, it is a check because it's a federal refund check that you can get back. And so you don't want to mess that up. So it might be worth it just to pay whatever the fee is for that 1 year to take care of your taxes. What about a topic like service center besides Tesla? I don't really go to any other service centers. Are you seeing used prices increasing? What's a good price to sell 22 Model Y? 5,000, 10,500, 45,000. I hit a late March delivery date. I went to Tesla dealer and got this VIN same day, 2 weeks with my Model Y now. Nice, congrats. My Tesla advisor actually returns my calls, but that's where it ends. Ordered Model Y long range on January 19th at EDD 331. Looks like it might get pushed out further. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. If you're just joining in, Tesla has pushed estimated delivery dates to June of 2023. The days of a 5-month waiting period are back. Tesla is the hottest car again, or Tesla Model Y is the hottest car again. And so, yeah. Why is the California used EV rebate require such a low price, 25? Only the Leaf qualifies. I think it's the federal used EV rebate, not the California one. Other tax credits are refundable like child tax, so you get the back while the EV credit goes against tax liabilities. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Waiting for the new tax credit union alpha. Waiting for the new credit union alpha. Do we have another rate? Union alpha credit union? Someone actually came here and dropped a really good rate, but it was only for Kentucky and Indiana. It was like 1.99% for like 60 months. Forgot it already, but it's in one of the live streams if you want to hunt for it. But it legit, it was like a special promo, and it was only for Kentucky and Indiana residents. Ooh. Ooh. Doesn't look good, but thanks for dropping it. Massive equal Model X Plaid. Yes. Cheaper insurance companies for states who don't have Tesla insurance. Well, I'm glad you asked. We've actually made a video on that. Definitely check it out. It was pretty recent, actually, so it's pretty updated. But it's right here somewhere. There's definitely a lot of videos here. But you know what? Just search Dennis Tesla Insurance. Look at that. $46 a month. Model Y demand are off the roof. However, at some point, people can't justify the Y. Won't have to settle with 3 at 42 to 44K. Yeah, for sure. I could easily see that happening. If you overpay your taxes, that is not a refund. That is you paying too much taxes each month, and you get that back at the end of the year. Exactly. If you're overpaying your taxes, you are literally giving a free loan to the government every single year. 45K when Tesla's selling the same one for 59K. Who says there's inflation? Look at Model Y sales. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there was an article from JP Morgan that the average new price of a car is now 50,000. Where is it? Maybe it's not out yet, but here we go. Average transaction price of a new vehicle hit 48,000 in November, but of course that's 2 months ago, but it's probably trending up. And so that kind of makes like Tesla not a bad deal, right? I don't know. I think when he said alpha, he meant being the first to know about CUs offering lower rates. Ah, I see. Crypto lingo, alpha. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Brandon, for clarifying that. It was Park CFCU. Park CFCU. Yeah, it was you, Seasonal Ocean. I remember now. Yes, you came in and dropped that. Park Community Credit Union? Yes. Yes, if you are in Kentucky and Indiana, you're getting hooked up like crazy here. Like I have not seen this rate at all. 2.14%. I mean, if it's 2.14% for 72 months, that's insane. Congrats to anybody that's watching right now in Kentucky or Indiana. Hey, Dennis, for CVRP, if you apply right now on your temporary license plate, or do you have to wait until you get your permanent license plate? I think you have to wait till your registration, but I can't remember exactly. All I remember is it took a long time to get it, like 90 to 120 days. Tesla warranties use Tesla bumper to bumper 30 years, 36. It's automatic once you get it registered on the website. The new battery warranty is the same as the new one. Yeah. Tips on how to buy a used Tesla for $25,000. Really easy. Just shoot out a lot of offers on Teslas that are priced at like $28,000. Selling my Model 3 is proving to be very difficult right now. Well, hey, post your price and see if Miko Bell will actually buy it from you. What can we get in Canada? Canada market is definitely a lot tougher for sure. But yeah, that's the other thing with this Park one that I didn't check. I mean, I saw this 2.14 loan rate and I was like, whoa, amazing. But is it easy to join? That's the question. Because I immediately saw in Kentucky and Indiana, I was like, I'm out. But let's see, become a member. Be a member, not a number. You're eligible for membership. You live, work, worship, or go to school in one of the qualifying areas. Click below to check your eligibility. Park will probably, if you do not fit any other criteria of membership, Park will provide you common membership to financial Fitness FFA. So all you have to do is wait, but it says complimentary mentorship. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure on this one. I have one for 24,000 for sale right now. 20 Model S 2014 85. Nice. That's not bad. Raleigh, North Carolina 161. Love it. Anyone try replacing Model Y 19-inch Gemini wheels with Model 3 19-inch Sport wheels? Is any impact on EPA? It's probably the same. Also, can you apply for the HOV lane pass stickers right away you purchased or temporary license plate? I think you have to wait for registration for that one as well. All right. Dang, almost a 2-hour stream. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for all the comments and the chats. Thanks for hitting the like button. We'll probably be back tomorrow around the same time. Definitely check out the links below in the description if you want to support the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.